Hello, my name is Allison Matez. I'm an education major. Here's my teaching and technology portfolio final for EDU 333. Today we will be discussing the different projects we've done in this course and how they comply with the ISTE standards. The standards are learner, leader, citizen, collaborator, designer, facilitator, and analyst. I attached the link to a quiz I made to test your knowledge about the standards. It's fun and quick and easy to take. The first project I'm going to talk about is Loki. Loki is a website that helps you create a virtual avatar. Why should you use Loki? Loki allows for a fun and interactive way to teach material in a classroom. While using the tool, I learned that it features many different characters and options that would be helpful to use in the classroom for teachers. When to use Loki? There are many ways Loki can be used for many occasions. Some examples to use Loki would be in a classroom for an icebreaker, or in a social studies classroom to teach about different races when teaching about different countries. In the course, we made a Loki to tell the students about ourselves. It included our name, our major, and I believe a fun fact about ourselves. There are many good things about Loki. It's free to use and has a talk-to-text feature that can assist children with special needs. Loki is easy to use and extremely customizable. There are a few bad things to Loki. As almost all apps, Loki has the potential to crash. There are ads that pop up on the free version that can cause distractions, especially if using it with students. Students must have internet to use the tool, and it also has no filter and allows them to say anything they want. I linked the standard of designer to Loki because Loki allows the educator to create and adapt learning experiences and can be geared towards students and accommodate to their different needs. The second project I'm going to talk about is Powtoon. What is Powtoon? Powtoon is an app that allows the user to create animated presentations and videos. It allows for a fun way to create presentations that come to life with animated pictures, text, and other things. While using Powtoon, I noticed that it features many cool transitions and animations that can keep the audience engaged and interested. There are endless possibilities to use Powtoon in the classroom. It is very customizable and has many ways the teacher can gear it towards his or her lesson. For example, there's icebreakers, bell ringers, and you could use it like how we used for our project. There are many good things about Powtoon. Powtoon is free and has many free features. You can add voiceover into the presentation. It can allow students with speaking anxiety to partake in projects without stressing about it. Powtoon is also really easy to use. The weakness of Powtoon is for the voiceover, the user must get the text and the slides to match up perfectly. The user cannot stop and stop if they mess up. The user also has to pay for a lot of the features. The third project we used was screencastomatic. The screencastomatic is a website and tool that allows you to record whatever material is shown on your computer screen. Screencast allows for the users to record material that's on their computer screens. While using the tool, I learned that it's a great way to drive out standing in front of the class and lecturing. And it's a great way to incorporate interactive learning and help accommodate to the learners that learn better by hearing and repetition. There are endless possibilities for screencasts. Some uses that I would consider are for lessons in a classroom. Like on our project, I used the lesson about Gettysburg that can be used during one of my social studies lessons in the future. Or if a student misses class, you can easily just hand them a copy on a flash drive or email them the whole entire lesson so they get all the information that they missed in class. It's also good for online instruction, especially online classes in college. Screencast-O-Matic is free and easy to use. The user should write out a script, but nothing has to be typed on the tool. I personally enjoyed the stop and start feature. The weaknesses of Screencast-O-Matic is the user needs to have a computer and a microphone available to them. Not many people have that at home nowadays. The standard I linked to screencastomatic, is Leader. It is a great tool that advocates for access to educational technology, digital content, and learning opportunities to meet the diverse needs of different students. The next is our infographics module that we did. I use the website Pictocharts. Pictocharts.com is a graphic design system that allows you to make posters, presentations, and other graphic materials to display information. Pictochart is an awesome, creative, and fun tool to get the user's point across. It's extremely customizable. While using the tool, I learned that it is a great way to display data and statistics. The tool has many graphs the user can use. There are many opportunities to use Pictochart in the classroom. For example, you can show statistics, you can compare and contrast material, you can make posters of visual presentations. For the project that we did in class, I did mine on no drugs, and I used different statistics, and they were able to see in the infograph different data and stats and different facts. We also used it for game-based learning, which you can see on the side. There are many good things to Pictochart.com. It's free to use and has many templates pre-made, which makes it super user-friendly. The user can also make one from scratch. Pictochart has many options to help personalize a project. However, there is no talk-to-text feature, so it might be difficult for younger students or students with certain disabilities. The standard that I link to infographics in Pictochart is Citizen, because the tool can be used to promote and create experiences for learners to make positive, socially responsible contributions and exhibit empathetic behavior online that builds relationships and community. For digital simile, I used EduCreations. EduCreations is an app that allows the user to create a slideshow presentation with pictures and text that can be turned into a video. The tool allows for the users to create videos with images that flow together and add text or drawings. While using the tool, I realized that this might not be the best tool for users like myself who make mistakes because there is no delete. There are different ways to use EduCreations in the classroom. For example, you could use for different slideshows. In a social studies lesson, you could use it on maps and you could draw on it to show different landmarks or different routes that people took. Or you could use it like how I did in class for the simile project and make a nice flowing video that you can later upload on YouTube. There are many good things to EduCreations. It's very customizable, it's plain and simple, and it's very free. It's very easy to use, but however, it does not carry over on multiple devices even though you log in. And, like I mentioned before, there is no deleting of the slides. The standard that I matched up to that is Facilitator, because it creates learning opportunities that challenge students to use a design process and computation thinking to innovate and solve problems. As you can see, the two pictures that I picked, you're able to draw on EduCreations to point out different things and write different things. For our last major module, we had to do different projects for assessment. There was one for perception, one for additional resources, one for progress monitoring, and one for performance assessment. The one that I chose for perception was Google Forms. Google Forms is a website that allows you to make different quizzes and surveys to assess students and others to gather data. It can be used different ways in the classroom and outside the classroom. For example, it can be used to assess students during a pre-test or post-test. It can also be used to create quizzes and can be used to assess students after the lesson to check that they have learned the content. It could also be used to gather data in or outside the classroom to use during projects. It has many strengths, it's free, easy to use, and you're able to pick what kind of question type you wanted. It's very interactive and it automatically saves. However, some of the answers can be anonymous and you need an email account. The tool I used for additional resources was SurveyMonkey. SurveyMonkey is a website that allows you to make different quizzes and surveys to assess students or others to gather data. Some of the uses that you can use SurveyMonkey is to assess students during a pretest or post-test. Can be used to gather data in or outside the classroom to use projects. It's free and easy to use, and you're able to pick what kind of question that you like, just like Google Forms, and it's very interactive. However, it does not automatically save, and you do have to pay for a lot of the features. One way that you can use it in a classroom is you can collect data for a social studies lesson by asking students what background they came from, and then create a display or graph to show that America is a melting pot. For progress monitoring, I use the app Quizalize. It's a website that allows you to make different quizzes to assess students. It can be used to assess during a pretest or post-test. Can be used to assess students after a lesson to check that they learn the content. It has a lot of strength. It's free. It's easy to use. There's many options already made for the user. It had question suggestions, and you're able to pick what type of question type you wanted. For example, open-ended, drop-down, multiple choice. However, it does not automatically save, and it does have timed questions. The different opportunities that it gives you is I would personally use it as a pretest before teaching a lesson. Then have my students take it after I have taught the lesson to see their progress and understanding. You could use it for many different subjects. I use two different apps for performance assessment. We're going to talk about Venngage first. That's a graphic designing system that allows you to make posters, presentations, and infographics. It could be used many different ways. It can be used to show statistics. It can be used to show the differences between materials. It's an easy way and creative way to teach, compare, and contrast. It could also display different graphs and can be used to make posters and presentations. It's free. There's many options, easy to use. You can make your own templates or use pre-made ones. Very customizable, and you're able to share it between people. However, like most apps, it could crash. There's no talk-to-text feature. It can only be typed. And it does not have a lot of free things. Many require the premium upgrade. There's many opportunities to use Venngage in the classroom. For example, in a social studies classroom, you can use it to compare the sides during the Vietnam War or the Civil War. You can also use it to give statistics about a country that you are teaching about. You can use it to give information during a presentation. You can even use it to display different persuasion techniques. For example, don't do drugs, which is the one that I did for my project during performance assessment. The second tool that I use is RubyStar. I made a rubric to go along with my pictochart that I made from Venngage. RubyStar is a website that allows you to make different rubrics to use as guidelines to different projects and presentations. The uses of it is basically it can show what is expected out of the student and it can be used as guidelines for a project. It's free. There's many options already made for the user. It's easy to use, and it allows the user to customize the rubric if needed. However, it can only be typed. It's not a customizable layout. It looks a bit out of date, and it does not automatically save. There are many opportunities to use rubrics in the classroom, but in my social studies classroom, I plan to use a rubric to give to students who are about to be assigned a presentation to help them understand the expectations so they get the best grade that they can possibly get. I just want to take this time to tell you thank you for a great semester, and thank you for giving me all these cool opportunities and these cool tools to use in my classroom one day. Thank you.